In this video, we're going to start our first run of edge highlighting. Alright, it's time to start edge highlighting the Space Marine. And we're going to follow the same pattern we did before, where we have our heavily shaded regions of the miniature. And so we're going to do an edge highlight of Evil Sun Scarlet, or this is going to be the dark red highlight from now on. So I'm getting a little bit of paint on the tip of my brush, and whenever there's an actual edge that I can kind of just angle my brush against and run it, that's what we're going to do. These Reiver models have lots of edges, so I'm just going to follow them around on one portion of the miniature at a time. I'll do one leg, then I'll do the other leg, and start working my way up. If there's a place where the kind of edge is not as easily accessible, or if it's more of I'm actually just tracing a straight line, then I will line the miniature up in a way that I'm pulling straight down with my wrist. This is the easiest way for a human hand to draw a straight line. If you try to go across, it's a lot harder, but if you're pulling down, like I'm trying to do right here over this boot piece, the line will go a lot straighter. And as I work my way up the mini, I'm just trying to pick out any place that's a sharp edge and running that brush along. And pretty much this entire section, except for the very tip of the boots and the very top of the chest bits, are in the shaded area of the mini. So we're just going to use this Evil Sun Scarlet. As I move into the more lit area of the miniature, we're going to switch over to Wild Rider Red, and that is going to be our lighter red highlight. There's a little bit here on the main body section, but this is going to be mostly on the arms and the helmet and a little bit of the backpack. So the arms are split between the light and the dark. So in the lighter areas, as defined by the Zenithal Prime and base coat, we're going to use the Wild Rider Red. And then as it transitions into the darker areas, I'm going to use the Evil Sun Scarlet. So we're going to get both flavors of edge highlights here on the arms, and there's going to be something similar happening on the backpack. Most of these edges are pretty hard, except for this kind of peak of the elbow. But again, if you just go slow and you have that pulling down motion, it should be fairly straightforward. And then I am going to trace along the edges of this pronounced recess here on the arm right before it gets to the hand. I will pull this off the sticky tack and hold it probably by the bolt pistol in order to get around the other portions of the shoulder pad and into some other tricky areas. Backpack will get the same treatment, so we'll do a darker highlight down here in the shadow region, and then I'm just going to do kind of the inner arc of the top with some Wild Red Red. Gonna try to get a highlight here on the little vents, so I'm just trying to barely get the tip in there and work it around and try not to paint all the way down into the recess that I want to keep to be black. And again, we already did some of the highlighting on here in the last video, but there is a good edge right here, so I'm going to hit that with the Wild Rider Red, or the light red highlight. Helmet is going to be all light red highlights, and I'm going to just trace along this vent, and this line actually goes pretty much all the way around the miniature. So I'm going to do the vent, and then along the sides or on the front, and then the only other portion here that needs an edge highlight is above the eyes. The whole skull piece we'll do later, and then the eye lenses we'll do later. Alright, here's where we are after a run of edge highlighting. I might go back and reinforce some of the edge highlighting in the darker regions. I'm going to kind of let it sit and see how my eye takes it after a while. We are going to come back and do some more extreme edge highlighting and push some of the contrast in the lighter regions. We might do it in some of the shaded regions too. We'll see. Maybe I'll do that and maybe reinforce. We'll see you in the next video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give it a thumbs down. Tell me why down in the comments below. If you are interested in getting daily hobby videos, consider subscribing. If you're looking for other ways of supporting the channel, try following my social media links down below. And as always, please leave a comment telling me how you have been hobbying lately.